Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's been a little while since we've done a little chicken update, but we had a very severe dog attack a couple days ago here. I'll see if I can post pictures in the video here and show you some of the destruction of these birds, what happened. And I'll link in the description. I'm not asking for any donations, but I've spent a lot of time and money on these chicken coops, and my golf team that I coach was nice enough to start a GoFundMe for me and my poor birds. But these are some new birds that part of my other golf team, my girls golf team that I coach, were nice enough to give to me, which was very thoughtful. We lost 24 birds by a St. Bernard. Shane Fugere, F-U-G-E-R-E, was the dog owner's name. Actually, I'm not afraid to say that out loud. In Dallas, Wisconsin here. Really not a nice individual. I requested that I get paid $700 in return for the birds and everything, which isn't enough because these were our pets, and now we've lost them. My fiance, my mom and dad, these were our pets. My 3 turkey poults out of the 4 I lost, they got in here. It was a St. Bernard and a Pit Bull mix. And they dug right underneath there one night, and that St. Bernard was so big that he busted this door open and got through. Because there was only a lock up here and not down below, they were able to push the lower part of the door open enough. When I got here, the door was open, and they busted through. So we're at a loss for words. It really sucks. And the crappy part was, I could have shot the dogs, and I should have shot the dogs, because that owner is a complete idiot. I mean, I'm sorry. I know high schoolers who have $700 to their name that can afford to fork it out, but he cannot. So he's a terrible person for that. And he's got, I think if you look on WCCA, the Wisconsin court case search, or WCCS or something, you can see where he priorly lived in Bloomer, Wisconsin. He had, I think, around 15 dog at large cases that, resulted in fines, but nobody taking away his dog. And I was promised by the Barron County Sheriff's Department that these are the 4 new birds that I got: Lavender Orpington, speckled Sussex, and a black Americana. I forgot off the top of my head what that bird is. We were promised that they were going to be taken up to Happy Tails, actually, in Baronet, the St. Bernard. But they never did that. The Barron County Sheriff's just returned it to its home. And that's disappointing, to say the least, by the Sheriff's Department. They should have taken it up there, and he should have had to pay to get his dog back, to say the least. But I'm not sure if there's animal control that I can call, but I'm going to try to call, or we are, and we're going to try to get his dogs taken away, because it's an endemic problem. If you follow me on Facebook, you can see that some of the other neighbors in Dallas have this issue as well. I know I'm speaking to a broader audience here, but you can just look me up on Facebook, find where we've had some neighbors of ours in the general Dallas area post their dogs running around, and they have videos of it as well. So it's it's pretty it's pretty frustrating when you have these animals, and so much time and effort that Dad and I have put into these birds, and they're dead, they're gone. It's like losing a little pet. It's nice to see. This is the happiest that we've seen them now in the last couple days since this happened. This turkey poult here, he is completely lost without his birds. We had all of them lining up there. Again, you'll see it at the end if I can show the picture on here, just how bad it was. And I mean, these dogs left nothing unturned. And the St. Bernard was big. I had the dogs in my crosshairs. I should have just shot them. That would have been the right thing to do, and I didn't because I'm too nice of a person. But I swear to God, if it happens again, they're both going to be dead, and it is what it is. So I am just upset about that. I am really, really upset about that. The owner didn't really have any remorse or any sort of it's just typical Dallas trailer trash. Didn't have any sort of like care in the world, really. I mean, it's if it's not important to him, it really doesn't matter. So he can continue to pay the fines, but we're going to work every way possible to try to get his dogs taken away from him. It's just very upsetting. I was able to get some more chicks, which I will show in a future video, but that still doesn't fix the problem that we have. I mean, that St. Bernard was just so big. You've got a 120-pound dog, and it just destroyed every chicken in sight. And then that little pit bull was just so fast that any bird in here it got. There was only 3 survivors in here, 1 which we are nursing because it has a very hurt neck, and 2 that stayed up there. And you may wonder why the birds didn't stay in there. Well, I'm sure it was just, I mean, birds are birds. They're not the smartest animals on earth, but they definitely, tried their best. But again, they're big birds. They all can't fit up there. And if they can, that little dog definitely could reach up there and scratch and get up there. I mean, you can see there where it was probably scratching to get up in there and take the birds. So very frustrating, to say the least, how careless people are with their animals. There's some people that shouldn't be allowed to have animals, and that Shane Faguir, he is definitely one of them. And this is all we have left of our flock, basically. It's not a lot like it used to be. It's pretty sad. That guy's going to pay. But again, there's a GoFundMe set up here. We have people in Dallas that like to come see our chickens too. So it's kind of a little tourist attraction here along with the golf course. And I highly doubt that I'm going to see that money. And honestly, it's not even worth taking him to small claims court just because of the total cost of that as well. So this is frustrating. It's frustrating to see birds die like that. And it's frustrating to see animals having to pay a penalty, hopefully, because of their owner's action. It's just really not fair. But again, we did everything we could with this coop to make it animal free. But at the end of the day, we didn't have to think we were going to worry about a St. Bernard dog digging through here and busting this part of the fence, digging underneath there, and getting into our coops. That's the last thing you think about, is a 120-pound dog busting its way through the neighborhood chicken coops. And honestly, there's more people in Dallas that do have neighbor coops. Actually, there's a deer right there. You got an animal that weighs the size of a small deer that's going to bust through this chicken coop. There's nothing you can do. We made it mink-proof and fox-proof, but apparently not St. Bernard-proof. So that's very frustrating. And quite frankly, shame on him for training that dog, or not training that dog at all, because St. Bernards are generally pretty nice dogs, but they are big. We are lucky this coop didn't get into, although it was very close. The dogs flipped up this somehow and were trying to get in there, but when I arrived at about 5:55, they just, they just ran out of time. But I did get the little dog scared, and sadly she did run home through this little gap here, which we reinforced now and hammered back in. She did run home, so I wasn't able to get her. But the St. Bernard, I didn't necessarily want to approach too much because that's a large dog, and I don't know if those dogs are vaccinated for rabies. Probably not, because his prior court cases showed that their dogs were not registered as well. So that sucks. Other than that, I'll link the GoFundMe in the description here. And this is just very sad. Take a look at some of the pictures. Again, if YouTube allows it. If not, we will see you in the next one here. So So this is the carnage I walked into when I got there. So as you can see, scrolling through the pictures, there's the chickens. And here's that goddamn St. Bernard. And you can see that thing is a piece of shit. And my birds are all dead because of it. You know, you think, and you can see how I built my coop just really good. I did. It doesn't look good there because we're just getting done with the winter months here. But, you know, you mink-proof it, you fox-proof it, you do everything you think is right. And then you have a St. Bernard come in and destroy everything. And it's pretty goddamn sad, really, that we're dealing with that guy, that Shane Fugere, Fugere. And, you know, it's just animal neglect is what it comes down to. Again, you could see my coop here. Sorry, it's kind of a blurry picture. Once it loads, there we go. And you can see I've got everything right. But they knocked down the door. They broke through the door. And you could see there where these dogs dug under. I mean, those are in there a good probably 5 to 6 inches in the ground. And I don't even want to go through these pictures. We're getting to dead birds now. Again, bird, turkey, look at that. That is pathetic. And those owners, they need to have their dogs banned. And I called my county sheriff, and I'm waiting to hear back from animal control. But like I said earlier, you can go on to the WCCS and look up how many times this guy's dogs have been on the loose. And it's been 15 times at least. And again, I'm sorry. These are birds that we raised from hatchlings, turkeys. I mean, and these stupid dogs just killed for sport. There you go. So, again, if you're seeing this, YouTube didn't censor this, and I hope they don't censor it. And I don't even need to monetize this video. I just want to show you all what neglecting owners, and this is a larger topic of the society we're in right now. It's the not in my backyard people, and it's just the basis of neglect that people have towards A, their stuff, B, their animals, C, their family. And I could tell you right now, these people, they're living off the government, they're overweight, they're unhealthy, they're not doing anything to make their lives any better whatsoever. And it's just pathetic. And their animals are to show for it. You can tell the way people are by how A, their kids act, B, how their animals act, and C, how they act. And the animals are extensions of owners. And when animals act out like that, you could be dealing... And when I talked to the guy, he seemed like he was under some sort of substance, for sure. I mean, A, when you live in Dallas, Wisconsin, you almost have to be under some sort of substance as it is, just to live there, which we don't, thankfully. But B, he was on something, I could tell. I don't know if he was drunk. I don't know if he was high. I don't know if he was on meth. I can't tell you. But this is just sad, and I hope any of you watching this video see this and maybe help out with my cause, to call the Barron County Sheriff's Department and let them know, or let animal control know, about these people in Dallas, Wisconsin, where they live. And they need to learn a lesson, and they need to learn it the hard way, and I think it's going to happen. So there you have it, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.